Welcome back to Whisky Whims with me, Stuart. A first on the channel for independent bottler Brave New Spirits. This is a 13-year-old Benrinnes, finished in a first fill PX Sherry Barrique, and it's 54.1% ABV. It costs £80 RRP, there's 75 to £80 RRP, and I was given this as a birthday present from my fiance. Sure it was for my birthday. And I'm just wondering, yeah, I'm sure it was. Anyway, we'll get down to the nose, the palate, and the finish, and see if it's a Whisky Win or a Whisky Bin. So the nose, it's strong, it is. It's actually quite herbally, almost, I don't know, I'm getting like a little bit of rosemary. I'm getting a lot of cloves, I'm getting a lot of that sort of spicy rosemary. I know rosemary's a herb, but rosemary, cloves, those kind of almost like Sunday roast spices and herbs, and maybe a little bit of a touch of citrus, a touch of kind of lemon. It's definitely sherry forward, but the Benrinnes I feel still there. There is a little bit of a, maybe with those lemons, maybe like a waxy lemon. It's very sweet, but also quite, there's a wet grass, like almost morning grass, kind of dew on the grass scent there. There's some like hydrangeas or something, quite flowery, quite floral. I was trying to think of that adjective, floral, that word. But yeah, a pleasant nose, a really, I don't want to say feminine in case I hurt people's feelings, but I suppose that's correct. That's the right use of the word. It's feminine. It's very floral, very fragrant, very aromatic, and it's just it's lovely in the nose. It's soft. It's now I feel like I've got myself into a bit of a. I'm not saying all females are soft or florally or aromatic, but I feel like I shouldn't have to justify myself. It's just a feminine. It's just beautiful. It's a nice, lovely nose. The palate. The palate's bold. There's definitely cream soda. There's more of that grassy element, but now it's a bit more like hops, a bit more kind of like beer, almost, I don't know, like I've said it before, almost like weed, like marijuana, almost kind of that kind of pungent element to it, like when you first open a lager, a bottle of Corona or something, or a kind of cheap, well, not cheap, but like a watery lager, just like a bog standard lager. You open that up, you get that first kind of hoppy scent, and a lot of people, Corona does it. I feel like Desperados sometimes does it. Just that initial Estrella, that initial opening of it, and you get that hop kind of scent flavour. That's what that is there. There's also broccoli, like I'm saying, this kind of herbaceous vegetal tone to it. Like at the end of the palate, it has got this, it's like you've just eaten loads of broccoli, or even potatoes as well. It's quite starchy. I don't know how to explain that other than like, even, yeah, it's like raw potato. I think starchy is probably the right word. Tangy as well. It's quite tangy. It's enjoyable. It's different. It's waxy in the mouth. I know I said waxy lemons with the kind of palate, but the nose. But there's definitely a waxy kind of almost grimy feel in the inside of your mouth. The texture of it. it's really quite intriguing. The initial cream soda creaminess, and then it flips to that vegetable, herbaceous, tangy, starchy element. There's probably something like, I just keep thinking of cream soda, but I want to say something like there's a little bit of fruit, and I'm thinking of like raspberry ripple, the ice cream, just that kind of artificial raspberry flavouring, but also that artificial vanilla creamy flavouring as well. Just like a really cheap, really cheap raspberry ripple ice cream. Not on brand, not like Carte d'Or or not even Walls, just really cheap frozen produce, own brand ice cream. Vanilla raspberry ripple ice cream. I hope that makes sense. The finish, more of the herbaceous element, more of the aromatic floral element. There's a little bit of kind of chocolate buttons, like Cadbury's milk chocolate buttons just on the finish. It's medium on the finish. Yeah, there's grassy kind of undertones throughout, making it actually seem a little youthful for what it is. It is 13-year-old, but a little youthful. But it just brings a certain element to it, another interesting element that I don't find that off-putting. It just somewhat makes it seem a little more youthful than it is. So yeah, I got it as a birthday present from my fiance, but I'm still going to rate it with absolutely no holding back at all. So yeah, it's great. It is. It's from the first dram that I had, I was really surprised by it, taken back by it. I thought it was going to be too much PX, and it is definitely sherry, but I think because it's just a finished in a first fill PX, it's not as bad, it's not as overpowering, should I say, but it's still there and it's still heavily relying on that. But that doesn't make it bad. So we'll get down to the rating of it, the review. And if you're new here, how I rate my whiskies on 3 factors. Would I buy it again? Do I think it's worth it? And would I recommend it? So, would I buy it again? Then, I don't know, maybe if it was like a little bit cheaper, £50 or something, I think I'd buy it again, because I am actually enjoying it, and I've went through it quite quick. So, I don't know, I think I'd like to try. Some of the guys in my chat were saying that these labels are quite ghastly, a little bit too much, but they're just right up, like I'm a comic book fan, and they're just right up my street. They might be ghastly to them, but yeah, they kind of work for me. It hits a nostalgic spot for me. So I maybe want to try, I think they do voodoo and stuff, I maybe want to try more of what Brave New Spirits have to offer, but maybe not exactly this bottle. So that's a positive came away from this bottle. Do I think it's worth it? I think it's quite expensive. It's £75 for a 13-year-old Benrinnes. But that being said, I don't think it's not worth it. I wouldn't feel hard done by. It is high ABV, 54.1% ABV. I wouldn't necessarily feel hard done by if I had purchased it. Like I said, obviously my fiance's purchased it, so I wouldn't feel that bad. I do think it's on the expensive side. So I feel like I'm saying that I was going to rate it quite harshly or rate it with no holding back, but I'm just sitting on the fence with everything. Would I buy a bottle again of this? No, but I would like to explore their other whiskies. Do I think it's worth it? It's expensive, but from what the experience I'm getting, I think it is worth it. So yes, I think it's worth it to me. And would I recommend it? Yeah, I think it's a good example of a Benrinnes, and I think it's slightly, I don't know if unique's the right word, but it's just slightly different. It's not like all Benrinnes that I've had before, if that makes sense. And I've had a few Benrinnes, it's something different, I feel. So that's the review, finally got there. It's 2 out of 3, so it's a Whisky Win. I've been Stuart, this has been Whisky Wins, I'll see you later.